When I was a boy, I discovered my love of movies in grade school. And, you know, when you discover your love of movies, you raid the local Blockbuster all the time, and that's what I did. And I discovered Jet Li in The Legend of Fong Sai Yuk, also known in America as just The Legend. So this movie was, I grew up with this movie. It's one of my first Jet Li movies. I remember, all of his catalog of Chinese movies came out around, let's see, if I was in grade 8. Wow. Makes me feel old, but all of those movies came out. This was before Unleashed anyway. Unleashed sort of made him more popular in the US, and same with Lethal Weapon 4. But the Legend of Fong Sai Yuk is one of his early films. It is directed by Corey Yuen. You might know him. He directed the first two, maybe just the first Transporter film. But this movie is about Fong Sai Yuk. He is a rascal who likes to fight. The film's opening, he picks a fight, wins an Olympic event, and flirts with a girl. That's what he's all about. His father's a very strict man, but I really didn't notice as a younger how much of a great role model, not only him, but most of the female characters in this movie. Fong Sai Yuk's mother doesn't have a name, but she is a martial arts master, and she's the one who's been teaching him martial arts his whole life. So you've got a really cool, strong female character there, good role model for him and anyone watching. Also, there's another female martial artist badass in the form of a Tiger Liu's wife. He is a rich merchant who's moved into town. He doesn't know anyone, so he throws a fighting competition on this giant wooden sort of structure, and basically, anyone who's good enough to defeat his wife in martial arts combat, but not like actual combat, it's more like sparring, and just whoever falls off the thing loses. So he offers that up to anyone who can defeat her. She's equally as adept as martial arts as the main character. There's lots of grand spectacle in this movie. Lots of wire work. If you're expecting like, Sammo Hung style martial arts, it's got some wuxia touches in there, because you've got like characters, fighting each other on this wooden structure and then fighting on top of a crowd, and they're like jumping on people's heads and things like that. Lots of unrealistic, larger than life sort of action sequences. If you don't like that, then you probably won't like this movie. For me, it never gets old. I love watching Vincent Zhao. He's become more of a famous actor now. But, this was like in 1993, I believe. Yeah, a long time ago. He looks exactly the same. Like, seriously. Dude hasn't aged he's aged very well. But Vincent Zhao is equally adept in martial arts in real life as Jet Li. So whenever they're on screen together, they're electrifying. And the movie's got your basic rebel trope list thing going on. It's also like a comedy, too. There's a great cross-dressing subplot involving the mom pretending to be Fong Sai Yuk's older brother, and then she has a sparring with Tiger Liu's wife, and they get a little sapphic romance going on there. It's not anything too grand, but the first half is very lighthearted and fun because there's a lot of contests and competitions and just comedic beats. But then the second half gets a lot more serious when you throw in the rebel plot, and there's some actual emotional stuff going on in the second half. The stakes are raised, and you finally get your big finale. And honestly, this was one of the big movies that influenced me to enjoy Chinese cinema, for one thing, because it's, great mix of action, comedy, romance, great role models for everyone. It's definitely a well-rounded movie that has withstood the test of time, and a lot of great fun chemistry between Jet Li and his mom and his dad and his intended to be and his in-laws. There's a lot of fun stuff going on in here. The whole cast seems like they're having a blast. And The Legend, it's withstood the test of time. I enjoyed it in grade school, or I guess high school, and then, I've seen it many times since then, and it's still one of the more enjoyable Jet Li films, along with the I consider these like a companion series, the first and second film, with Once Upon a Time in China. So that's why The Legend of Fong Sai Yuk is one of my favorites.